what these social media platforms have done and avenues of communicating is that they have dissolved the traditional way of communication. And that's why around the world, print media, electronic media is in severe distress, commercially speaking, because the social media platforms have hived off a huge portion of the space that was being utilized by print media, that is newspapers, and communication through electronic media, television, and a bit of radio. And many media houses are trying to interface the way they've been communicating now and bringing in digital and media products. Otherwise, in a short while, that space will not be available. And earlier, those who are in that industry realize that reality, the better. I don't see the newspaper space, the television space as an avenue of public communications having a very long future in the world. So our traditional way of communications has changed. Before, people read a newspaper because today's proceedings of your committee, Chair, will be reported in our newspapers tomorrow, ordinarily, traditionally. But what the newspapers have done now is to try and have something in the middle. They have online stories which they can file later today. But even before they do that story, these proceedings, possibly somebody is watching it live as it happens on social media. So there is that reality that the social media platforms, including the content on TikTok, will take away the space that has been occupied by traditional methods and platforms of communication. Honorable Chair, the platforms that are taking this space is TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, and another one called Signal, among others. Kenyans have embraced, keeping in touch, sharing information, and even planning their events through social media. Organizations also are using social media, all these platforms, to market their brands and also to communicate to their customers and clientele. Social programs like social events, funerals, weddings, and so forth are also taking place in this space. However, Chair, the huge, and perhaps before I go to the however bit, it is also important to just also say from where we stand, the commercial and economic value presented by social media platforms, including TikTok, is immeasurable. It is huge, expansive, and transformative. I will not belabor the committee because they, as honorable members, know that there are people making a huge fortune through the content that they create and control on social media platforms, including TikTok. Huge amounts of money, which the finest architects, engineers, lawyers, doctors will never make that amount of money. Content creation and content control on social media platforms, including TikToks. So we are looking at an emerging economic sector, which both the technology around it and the business, commercial, and economic potential it is creating will underpin the fourth industrial revolution and the future of the economics of the world. And that is the reality. However, Mr. Chairman and members,